Hey everyone, Josh here with J&T's Journey, and have you ever come into your AVan and smelled a horrible, foul, rotten egg smell? Well, in this video I'm going to show you what that is and, more importantly, could save your life. Hey everyone, Josh here with J&T's Journey. Today we're going to talk about when you come into your AVan, if it's been in storage for a while or been sitting on charge, or maybe you've been out for the day and you've just gotten back, you've opened the door, your van's plugged into power, and you've been hit with this horrible, acrid, sulfur, rotten egg type smell, and what causes that, and what you need to do immediately if you see that smell. Now, before I get started, I do want to say that while we are providing these videos to help the community, I am not an auto electrician. I'm not a licensed Sparky. Any advice that we give in these videos is for entertainment purposes only, and as always, you should always seek your own professional advice, and we take no liability for actions that arise out of the video. Now that that's done, let's talk about a rotten egg smell in your AVan. Everyone would be familiar with the smell of natural gas, or LPG. These are gases that are commonly used for cooking. LPG in particular is the gas that is used on the AVan, and they're both tinted with a very similar odorant. Now, the odorant is what gives the gas its smell. It's very distinctive. Everybody knows what it smells like. We've all smelt it when we've been lighting the stove or a barbecue or that kind of thing. There is a possibility of a second gas within the AVan, and in particular, this gas is very distinctive in smell. It smells like sulfur, rotten eggs. It is acrid. It is extremely, like, there's no doubt over what the gas is. Now, there's only one thing in an AVan that can cause that gas, and that's the battery. So if you have an AVan with a lead-based battery, that is the standard wet battery that comes with it, if you upgraded to a gel cell or an AGM, and yes, AGM batteries, although rare, can still do it, if they're overcharged or if they're beyond the end of their useful life and they continue to attempt to charge them, they can what's called gas off. Now, this is what happens when the acid inside of the battery starts to release a gas, and that gas is hydrogen sulfide. Now, hydrogen sulfide smells like rotten eggs. It's extremely distinctive. It is extremely explosive, and I personally, and I'll flash up a photo of this now, I personally have had expired batteries explode right next to me. I used to have a truck, and I had my truck batteries let go while I was trying to start the truck, and believe me, when that stuff goes, it will quite comfortably tear a hole through your battery box and potentially put a hole in the side of your AVan. So it's super important to know what this gas is and what to do when you see it. Now, for the purposes of making this video today, we are in our friend's AVan because they still have a lead-based battery in their van, and it's still got the standard battery box, and I can show you what to do if you smell this gas. So the first thing is, if you come into the AVan and you smell this rotten egg smell gas, turn everything off immediately. If you have any lights going, if your van is plugged into power, if the battery charger is running, turn everything off. And I cannot stress enough how important that is. The chargers are what will be generating the gas, or causing the battery to generate the gas, because the batteries will be life expired. And make absolutely no mistake about this, once you smell that gas, you must shut everything off. Okay, that's the first step. The second step is disconnect everything from your battery, and I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second. But disconnect everything from your battery, remove the battery, and put it outside. Once the battery has had a bit of time sitting outside to dissipate its gas, you can then put that battery in your vehicle, take it to a battery replacement place, and buy a new battery for the AVan. Once you smell that gas, the battery is toast. All right, we're going to lift the bed. I'm going to show you where the battery in a 1D layout is located, and then how you can open it up and remove the battery to replace it with a new one. In the 1D layout, the battery is located under the bed, so simply lift the bed up, And then in the 1D layout, the battery is located way down in the back corner. Now, the way that I've done this in the past, and I did actually replace this battery in my friend's AVan a few months ago because their battery did exactly what I'm talking about right now. The easiest way to get in there, now a lot of people mess around with removing the bed, taking the mattress off, etc. Depending on your level of ability, that might be required, but I can do this without doing that. So the best thing I find to do is to remove anything from this compartment in here, crawl into that compartment and kneel down. Now, getting the battery out is actually easier than putting the battery back in. Putting the battery back in is the hard part. To undo the battery cover, you just pop the little fabric thing out here, and then you've got access to your battery. Now, this van has been modified with a few different accessories on the battery, but essentially what you need to do is disconnect everything from the battery, and then using the handles on the battery, it may have rope handles on the side, it may have a big handle in the middle, remove the battery physically out of here. As I said, you will need to remove the lid, and there is just enough clearance here to remove the battery. Getting it back in can be a bit fiddlier, but the most important thing is to get that battery out so that you can then let it vent outside, take it to a battery place, and have it replaced. So there you go, guys. I know that seems like a really basic one, but super important. If you smell rotten egg smell inside your van, get the battery out. I cannot stress how important that is. Hydrogen sulfide is extremely explosive. One small spark can set it off. And in addition to that, it can also asphyxiate you. So if you smell rotten egg smell in your AVan, super important, get that battery out of the AVan as quickly and as safely as possible. Take it to a battery place, get a new one, and have it disposed of properly. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you would, please like, subscribe, share. It all helps. We're well on our way to 1,000 subscribers. We may have even passed it by the time you guys see this video, but still helps to get it out there. If you'd like to support the channel further with a YouTube membership, you can. Information for that is in the description. Thanks everybody for watching. I've been Josh with J&T's Journey. Cheers.